This is Adelaide's FIVEAA.
Early this afternoon, 23, with the 4 o'clock news. I'm Michaela Kamara.
All new 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander with 10-year warranty, 10 years capped price servicing at Agostino Mitsubishi.
A record surge in local COVID cases, just as vaccine mandates for schools and public transport.
Will be able to return to work tomorrow. The vaccine mandate will be lifted at 1 minute past midnight. Both sectors have faced workforce pressures amid escalating COVID cases in the state. But the Education Department's Chief Executive, Rick Pearce, says it's not the motivating factor behind the change.
In government schools and preschools in South Australia, we have about 31,215 staff. About 204 of those 31,200 chose not to be vaccinated, and they are on leave. So the vast, overwhelming majority of our staff are vaccinated.
COVID case numbers have soared in SA today. There's 5,496 new infections, while another 2 deaths have been reported, a man in his 70s and a woman in her 80s. There's 180 people with the virus in hospital, including 8 in intensive care. Police are treating a fire at Kapunda High School overnight as suspicious. The blaze destroyed a heritage-listed admin building that was once the home of Sydney Kidman. Principal David Marino says they're devastated.
Shocking event for our school and community that we're working through. 2 buildings have been burned at the school.
The school will be closed for the rest of the week. The new Malinauskas government says last night's federal budget is mixed news at best for South Australia. Treasurer Stephen Mulligan says when you take away pre-announcements, there's not much there.
The vast bulk of the alleged $2.8 billion of additional funding that the Commonwealth has said is for South Australia, the majority of that is beyond the next 4 years and largely relates to subsequent years of North-South corridor funding. Not too much new when it comes to infrastructure funding.
The Ukrainian president has been formally invited to address the Australian Parliament. Volodymyr Zelensky is scheduled to make a personal plea for greater assistance in his fight against Russia tomorrow night. He has previously addressed US Congress, British and Canadian parliaments and Israeli lawmakers. A star-studded lineup of celebrities are set to commemorate the life of cricketing legend Shane Warne at tonight's memorial. Elton John, Ed Sheeran and Robbie Williams have sent musical tributes, while Sir Donald Bradman's granddaughter will sing the Australian national anthem. Entertainment reporter Peter Ford says Warne's family, his father, brother and children will play a key role.
I can tell you that yesterday there was a secret visit paid to the MCG by Shane's dad, Keith, his brother Jason and the 3 kids, Jackson, Summer and Brooke. They went to check out the venue, the setup for the whole event, because all 5 of them will speak tonight.
Now turning to FIVEAA Sport. Australia has set the West Indies a target of 306 in their semi-final clash at the Women's World Cup. The Windies are currently 6 for 126 in the 30th over. Geelong has defended the decision to rest veteran midfielder Shaun Higgins after just 1 game. Coach Chris Scott says he's got a deep squad and needs to rotate players.
I do understand that some people on face value might say, well, hang on, it's only round 2. How does that make sense? But if we have a group of players that we are going to rotate through, that if we wait to round 4 or 5 or 6, you're going to have 4 or 5 players ready at the same time.
Higgins will return to the Cats lineup to take on the Magpies at the MCG on Saturday. And to tennis, Nick Kyrgios and Thanasi Kokkinakis have both been beaten in the last 16 at the Miami Open. Now checking FIVEAA traffic.
Look out for a smash at Salisbury South, Main North Road at Clayson Road. Lee Brook, a tree has taken down some power lines on Kensington Road near Glenburn Road. And Crayfor's got a burn-off happening, which is causing smoke over the freeway, and the Crayfor's area speeds are reduced. Busy Commercial Road, Old Coach Road to Dalkeith Road. And we've got cameras Haydown Road, Elizabeth Grove to Mofflin Road at Elizabeth Vale. Beaumont's Clearance Outlet at Richmond. Open Sundays with genuine clearance tiles by the box or pallet. Beaumont's Richmond. You'll be happy you chose Beaumont's Clearance. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on FIVEAA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota forklift advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Cloudy this afternoon, 23. Partly cloudy tomorrow, 22. Friday sunny, 24. And Saturday much the same, 24. Right now it's 22. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News Tonight.
A record surge in local COVID cases, just as vaccine mandates for schools and public transport are scrapped. See the ferocious fire that engulfed an historic high school building. A life-saving cancer drug now thousands of dollars cheaper. Plus 4 times the power against 4 strains. The flu jab for over 60s this winter. I'm Brenton Raglis. See the full story on 9 News tonight at 6.
He's the heart and soul of the Adelaide Crows.
What a goal, Rory Sloane!
And each week, Crows captain Rory Sloane sits down with Rowey. Thanks to You Installer Kitchens. Custom-sized, fully assembled cabinets at a great price. The complete DIY solution. This is Rowey's Sports Show. Stephen Rowe and Sam Tugwell.
6 minutes after 4, it is another huge Wednesday. 2 days to go until we get to Showdown 51. Tickets to give away tonight for that once again. But again, it's a big welcome to Stephen Rowe. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks, Sam. You're right. 2 more sleeps. First Friday Showdown is exciting unto itself.
Yes.
Both clubs have world selection dilemmas. We will get to that. Socceroos lost. Travhead got a ton. And the girls are just smoking the West Indies. They'll go to another World Cup final. And a big show too. Lovely Matthews nights. Ollie Wines joins us, Brody Smith, and Bill Laurie. It's Warnie's night.
It is.
ABC 7, 9, 10, Fox, KO. They're all showing it live from 6:30. That is unprecedented.
It's a national TV event, this.
It is.
It's a national event.
Hey, we've contacted Port and the AFL today about Port wearing their prison bar strip because we haven't heard anything about that. It's going to be for the Crows home showdown Friday. Port said, and I don't know whether to put a quote bar around this, but the club has not received approval from the AFL to wear their prison bar this week. They are, however, in discussions to wear it round 23 showdown 52. Now, that's been clear-cut right across the board. So it's just a thought. The jumper's printed. They have it. It's ready to go. Would you go rogue and just wear it?
No, you surely don't.
If there was a week to do it, it's this week.
You wouldn't want to go 0-3 in it.
It's their history, their fight, their jumper. I truly wouldn't care what they did with it. If they want to wear it, just wear it. Who agrees? Have your say about that. Port coach Ken Hinkley, he said this after the club's round 9 loss to Bulldogs at home last year. Have a listen.
100% right. We've been a good side. We haven't been a great side.
Okay, they're a good side, haven't been a great side. So I'm building up to something here. What's changed? Then this was Ken Hinkley after his team's loss to Geelong. Remember that one, round 13 last year on a Thursday night?
Yep.
But we're not good enough against the best teams in the competition. I'm not going to hide from that.
So that's a bit of a trend. There's no question about that. We're only 2 rounds in. I get it. Do I think Port can fight back? Absolutely I do. They'll make the 8. They'll get it together. They'd want to get it together. But what's changed? Look, we've heard people and clubs, and it's more from Victoria, along the lines of this. Teams know how to beat Port. You deny them a start. Don't let them get in front at the start. So if you can really jump them at the start, take away a bit of their time and their space, they reckon they just lack that fight to work their way back in. Now, I've heard people say that, and I don't quite agree. So I thought, well, the best way to do that is go back through the last couple of years and get games where they've been behind and they've fought back to win. And you don't have to look too far. Round 23 v the Bulldogs last year, they won by 2 points. They were behind all day.
Yep, remember that.
They fought and scratched to beat them. Now, we know what happened in the prelim, but there's a sighter. And if you look at round 21 last year, the Crows were in front all day against Port.
That's right.
Now, look, were they a better team? Absolutely they were, but they won by 4 points. But again, late in the last quarter, they got over top of them. So I'm not too sure that I'd 100% agree with that. You might want to have your say as well. The Crows, well, they can't go into the showdown. Bix and I spoke about this on Monday with that same midfield. They just can't. Have a listen to Bix and what he had to say.
I just wonder whether there's something else they can do as well. Like, this might sound ridiculous. Mine's Luke Brown.
Okay.
Luke Brown, as you mightn't think about him being a quick player, but you think about all the players that he plays on, those small, nippy forwards, he has the ability to have speed on those. So it wouldn't bother me at all if Luke Brown played in the midfield, whether it be on someone like a Travis Boak, at an accountable role, because he has speed and he runs and carries and does kick with a little bit of penetration.
Don't mind that, Bix. It's left field, but they need to change that midfield. He's number one for set shots in the club too. As he said, he's fantastic one-on-one. And then we had Cornsey on Monday suggest they need a new look in that midfield. Yes. He suggested Tom Doedee. Well, Will on Brekkie for 5AA asked Tom.
Our midfield, we've got some good blokes in there. Like we honestly, we got Lairdy hopefully coming back. Dawes can roll through there, and then you got Shonny and all those. Like there's a lot of young blokes that can show plenty. It's more just about consistently delivering across four quarters. But the midfield's just we're good. We'll be all right.
Play them. They asked Tommy. He said maybe one day, maybe Ford. Yep. No, I'm leaving Tommy back. But selection's going to drop tomorrow. The big question is Rory Sloane. Scotty Burns, one of the assistants, left us a little bit of a hint.
He'll get some light running in today. The good thing is with Sloane is when you finish a game, generally you get up the next week. So at the moment though too, short break, 6-day turnaround, just get some nice light running in today, come out and have a kick on Thursday with the group, and we'll make the decision post-training where he's at.
Well, there you go. Whatever happens cannot go in with that same midfield, plus Laird. So Sloane, Laird, Crouch, Key, Schomburg.
Yeah.
I think most people will agree with that. I'm busting to see what VB and Nixie can come up with on Friday, because they're going to need to. If you've got any ideas with that, we would love to hear them. Australia beat Pakistan by 88 runs. I watched Travis Head get his 50 off of 30 balls. He was smoking them. He's a star. 101 off 72 cods, eh?
Yeah, not bad. He wasn't bad.
Nice to get a look at the top, get an opportunity and take it. I felt like we sat the platform really well, Finchy and I. So we knew that with the dew coming in and that we felt like it may be tough to bowl later in the innings, and runs at the start against the new ball was going to be crucial. So nice to play a role.
Oh, big Trav. Here's the thing. The World Cup's coming up.
It is.
D. Warner will open.
Sure.
Well, Travis, you keep making runs. A. Finch surely must have wobbling boots on.
I would have thought.
23 off 36 cods. That is pedestrian.
It took him a long time to wake up, didn't he, in that innings? He got to about 20, and Trav's already on 60 or 70. He was flying.
He is in a world of hurt. No Stark, Hazelwood, Cummins, they were all rested. Adam Zampa, best of the bowlers, 4 for 38. Here's the other thing. T-Head got 2 wickets.
Oh, just add that to the resume.
Did he get man of the match?
Yes.
You would have had to have put that.
Of course he did.
Hey, in the 50-over World Cup semi-final, Australia v West Indies, that is in Wellington. We batted first. Absolutely smoked them. 3 for 305 off 45 overs. Elisa Healy, if you haven't watched women's cricket, damn well do yourself a favour.
It's good.
Their technique is superb. She whacked 129 off of 107 cods.
This time, Alyssa Healy gets it through, picks up her one-day 100 number 4 to the delight of her teammates and to the crowd assembled here at the base, and it's her first in World Cups. I'll venture to say it'll be her favourite when she gets a chance to reflect. Magnificent.
Big game player, scored 75 off 39 in the T20 World Cup final. We'll never forget that.
Yeah.
West Indies are currently 6 for 143. They need 163 off 65 cods.
Not happening.
They're in all sorts. The final is Sunday, and they'll play the winner of England v South Africa. They'll do that tomorrow. But do yourself a favour. It's live on Fox, isn't it?
Yep,
Fox
right
Cricket?
now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, surprise, surprise. Socceroos lost 1-0 to Saudi Arabia. So we finished third in our pool. What does that mean? We play the UAE in Qatar. That's June 7. We then take on Peru a week later. Win that, we qualify. Our first 45 minutes wasn't bad, and I do feel a bit for Graham Arnold. He hasn't had his best team all the time. Should never have been in this position. Have a listen to Arnie.
Now the boys have to go back to their clubs. They need to work hard, and it's disappointing we didn't qualify directly, but you look at this type of football culture here in Saudi Arabia, and I think that a lot of Australians don't respect them as a football nation, and they've got very, very good players.
Another excuse?
Oh, sure.
Saudi Arabia?
You get spit it out, Arnold.
Do we move Arnie on or let him see it through? If I could get Ange Postecoglou for those 2 games, for that UAE game and the Peru game, just as a circuit breaker,
just bring him back.
I'd do it.
Whew.
I'd do it.
I don't hate that.
His season will be finished.
Yep, just about.
With Celtic?
Yep, they got to make the granny soon. They're just about there.
Would you do that? Because we spoke to Simon Hill yesterday. Oh, really? Who are you going to get? Well, anyone bar Arnie, mate.
Bring him back. Ange Postecoglou.
Ange for 2.
Wow.
You'd get him for 2.
Okay.
Flick him a mil, 500 game. The players love him, mate.
They do. And he's a great record.
We cannot. We've qualified since 2002. We cannot bomb out.
No way. Not now. Can't go backwards.
Hey, after the break, we'll speak to Bill Laurie on Shane Warne's State Memorial at the MCG tonight. Looking forward to speaking to Bill. He'd have to be 80-odd, 85.
Yeah, about that now.
They're expecting 50,000 plus. They're going to unveil the Shane Warne Grandstand. It'll be the who's who of Australia. As I said, it'll be live on 7, 9, 10, Fox and KO, 6:30. That is unprecedented. It's still surreal, I get that. He was everyone's copper. They called him the king of cricket. Gone but never forgotten.
Yep. Absolutely love this. Tonight it's going to be a very magical night over in Melbourne. We'll go across to the MCG as well a little bit later on in the show too, because there's plenty to cover off. Brodie Smith's going to join us as well from the Crows. Lee Matthews, Ollie Wines, Mitch McCarron as well, and your chance to win your way to Showdown 51.
Woohoo, we're interacting. We love your calls. We've got Rob from Northaven. Hello, Rob.
G'day, boys. How are we?
Good, my man. What do you got for us?
That's good. I know it's only round 2, but what do you guys think about the skill level at the footy at the moment?
Well, Crows is appalling.
I reckon I've watched most of the games, and I reckon I've never seen so many balls bounce off chests, so many handballs going to the opposition. I reckon it's. I mean, I know it's only round 2, but
the pressure gauge is up a bit, Rob.
Yeah, I know that.
Everyone's fit. Their firing's as fit as they've ever been. No one's really sore or banged up. Most teams have got nearly their best team out there, so, you know, all the coaches ever do pressure, tackle, get the numbers back. I mean, honestly. Thanks, Rob.
I just hope it gets better, eh?
Yeah.
I'm just watching the Aussie girls smoke the Windies.
How good are they?
But I can't wait for Warnie's Memorial tonight. I reckon that's going to be...
Yeah. It'll be special,
amazing.
Rob. It'll be a night you'll never forget. It's going to be one of those nights. Rob, thanks for calling.
It'll be an unforgettable one. Australia 7 for 146 against the West Indies. That's the West Indies trying to chase. So they are in all sorts. Australia on their way to the Women's World Cup final. Keep you updated throughout. But next we will speak to the very great man himself, Bill Laurie.
Hey, it's Callum here. As a chef, I know that confidence in the kitchen equals success. The same goes for buying a new Mazda. You can feel confident in the team at Edwardstown Mazda because they've been doing it for years. Looking for something small, medium or large, Edwardstown Mazda have most models in stock, ready to drive away. But remember, everybody wants to drive a Mazda in 2022, so hurry.
It's gotta be
edwardstownmazda.com.au. LMVD 207428.
9 p.m, Sapole Radio Room.
Any patrol for an intruder kicking in an elderly couple's door? Call taker can hear it. Eggy Control at all can assist.
Right now, there's not enough of us on the beat.
Vixen 20?
Vixen 20, I've got nobody. Have to try another district.
Sorry, Vixen 20, 35 jobs pending. Possible patrol from the west. ETA maybe 60 minutes.
Replacing cops who leave just isn't enough. We need to actually grow the force. So when you need us, we'll be there. A message from the Police Association.
19 past 4. Hey, it's been 2 years now since our lives have been so globally upended by this pandemic. Now, if there is one product you should consider having more than ever before, it is the Care Alert Smart Dollar. It's a world-class product that does save lives and has features that no other system in Australia has. This is what sets them apart. Proudly South Australian as well. Seriously, if ever there was a time where you need to have the ability to get emergency help while alone, it is right now. You be first in. Boom. Bang. Whether you have a sudden illness or a nasty fall, or even hear intruders trying to break into your home, just press of a button and help can be on its way. If you have an elderly parent, give Care Alert a call. They can assist you with the correct system to purchase. They're not expensive and they will give you incredible peace of mind, and don't we need that, hey? Don't we need that at the moment? Great South Australian company, honestly, and it's the best product on the market. Care Alert, a life-saving product that every elderly person should have. So please do this. Visit carealert.com.au or call 1300 75 85 95.
If your business could do with more business, you should try advertising here on the radio. FIVEAA can help turn your brand into a household name. We could do it with a jingle, or a really funny ad, or something deadly serious. Our audience is big enough to fill Adelaide Oval again and again. Get in touch with FIVEAA to find out how we can give your business more business.
Hear that? That's the sound of the wild calling. And it's calling you. The chimpanzee is one of over 500 animals that you'll experience at Monarto Safari Park. The wild is calling. Are you listening? Book your tickets online at monartosafari.com.au.
Any team versus any team is new to Neds. Pick any two AFL teams and create a bet for your team to outscore the other in the same round. If your team scores more points, you win. Take the AFL to the Neds level. T's and C's apply. See website for details. Gamble responsibly.
Scraped your caravan? Walker Crash Repairs, an RAA approved caravan crash repairer.
This is Rowey's Sport Show.
21 minutes after 4, very shortly you're going to cross to Victoria. One of the greatest, most proud Victorian cricketers of all time, Bill Lawry, will join us on the show. A massive night tonight. Shane Warne's memorial, live across all the Australian free-to-air channels, expecting about 40 to 50,000 people at the G. Will be a lovely, lovely night. Bill, in just a moment, but first, let's check your traffic. Get amazing deals on Mitsubishi and used cars at Wayville Mitsubishi and Southern Mitsubishi, driven by Australian Motors.
At Melrose Park, there's a smash on South Road near Dunorlan Road affecting inbounds in the left-hand lane there. Salisbury South, a smash on Main North Road at Clayson Road and Leabrook. A tree has taken down some power lines. Kensington Road near Glenburn Road. Busy on the drive home, Oaklands Road near Hendry Street, and we've got cameras Mofflin Road, Elizabeth Vale, Park Terrace at Bowden. At Spotlight, for 72 hours only, save 30% off Manchester curtains, blinds, home decor, sewing, craft and party. Store-wide. Ends today. Spotlight. It's what you make it. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Shane Warne to McMillan. That's got to be out. Yes, that's plumb. Beautifully bowled. 100 test crickets for Shane Warne. Got him. Knocked him over. That's beautiful bowling by Shane Warne. Got him. Well bowled. 300 test wickets for Shane Warne. That was a beautiful delivery to get it.
It's Shane Warne State Memorial tonight. It's at the MCG. The service will be screened live. How's this? On ABC 7, 9, 10 Fox KO. Truly unbelievable. Joining us to honour Warnie, Aussie great Bill Lawry. Bill, thanks for your time.
It's my pleasure. It's going to be a big day, I tell you. It's overcast but fine. It'll be a cool night, and I think they'll get closer to 60,000 rather than the 50 they've been talking about, because it's on everybody's lips. We're talking about the greatest spinner of all time, probably the biggest draw card of the modern era, and the guy that's loved by everybody.
Still hard to believe, Bill, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Well, I remember I was manager of Victorian side when we went to Sydney, and Warnie was in the 12, and he was been overseas or somewhere even then, and he came into the dressing room, and I looked at him and I thought, who's this fat kid? Blonde hair everywhere. And they made him 12th man. And I remember Jeff Lawson coming into the box and said, why'd you make Warne 12th man? I said, well, have a look at him. He said, but he can bowl. And he certainly could bowl.
That's a great... What are some of your fondest memories of Warnie?
Well, I think my fondest memory is the fact the way he's handled himself. He's popular worldwide. He's flamboyant. He's more like a Errol Flynn of the film world than a cricketer. He's just so flamboyant, so natural. There's nothing false about him.
Yes.
And he likes everybody. I got on very well with him at Channel 9, and so did everybody else. Even though he was probably the best known as superstar, when he went out at lunchtime, he was just mobbed by the crowds and loved, because Victorians, and I guess Australians as well, love a champion. And I think it's going to be wonderful when the Shane Warne stands at the southern end, and we've got the Bill Ponsford at the other, regarded by many as only second to Bradman. So it's going to be wonderful for the young players and the spectators when they go to the G for a test match.
What made him great in your eyes, Bill? He had natural talent, undoubted, but God, he worked hard. He was smart. He was a smart cricketer, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was smart, but what made him was he had strong fingers and a strong arm. I mean, he was very strong. He was probably overweight most of his career, but he was strong. And when you look at some of those photos of him, when he's got his wrists cocked, and then when the ball come out of his hand, you could almost hear it buzz. And he had a great cricket brain. He worked the batsman out, and the pitches probably suited him a little bit. Actually, in Australia, they got a little bit of extra bounce, and he just took full advantage of it.
Would he have worked you out, Bill? He wouldn't have worked you out.
No, I hate the spinners. They shouldn't be allowed in the game. You should get paid double just having to put up with them.
Has the outpouring of emotions, the love, the tributes, I'm talking worldwide, Bill, has it surprised you? I have never seen anything like this.
Well, he's not a cricketer. He's a film star.
Yeah.
He mixes with the rich and famous. He almost marries film stars. He's all over the place, and a lot of the players coming from overseas and entertainers just to be here tonight because he was out there. He's the Keith Miller of modern times. I thought Keith Miller was fantastic growing up and watching Keith Miller, but he was just after the war. But he had that flair without television, without the extra games and without the money. But Warney, to me, is what Keith Miller was when I was growing up.
Yeah. Every Aussie wanted to be him. We were so forgiving of him. He had his faults, we all know that, but crikeys, he was Warney, and you said it. He didn't change.
Most champions have got their faults. I think Bradman's the only one you couldn't put a query against.
Okay.
He certainly was unmarked, but the superstars in any sport, any part of life, because they're got that extra ability, they make more chances, and once or twice they're going to make a mistake.
Great to hear your voice, Bill. We miss you. How are you? How is your health? Have you escaped
Well,
COVID?
I'm all right. I'm 85 now, and it's creeping up, and one of my family at the moment are in lockdown, and I've been dodging the bullet for 2 years. Joy and I have hardly gone anywhere, so we're very lucky we're untouched, and we're very happy.
Okay, well, you just keep looking after those pigeons. They keeping you busy?
They're flying as fast as I used to bat at the moment. So
Bill, to the wider community and the cricket family, enjoy tonight. It's a one of a kind, an absolute one of a kind.
We also should mention that Warney's the star when times have been tough. Like the last 2 years have been terrible for everybody. And here's this superstar like Bradman was before and after the war. You know, you had this superstar. They had Farlap and Bradman pre-war. Now they've got Shane Warne in modern times with all this exposure of television and shows that we never heard of before. He's just been a superstar, and he's done it very well.
Beautiful words, Bill. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Shane Warne, a Victorian icon. He's an Australian legend, no question. They called him the king of spin in world cricket. Everyone wanted to be him, I think. Bill said that as well. He's going to be missed, but never forgotten. 6:30 tonight on every channel. Bill Laurie, our guest.
Great to hear his voice again, isn't it? But definitely, what's exciting about tonight is they're going to actually unveil the MCG stand, the Shane Warne stand. That's such a great moment too.
Well, it is, and great for the family. He was a film star. He put it beautifully, Bill. Robbie Williams was a mate. Elton John, Mick Jagger. Who else was there? Ed Sheeran.
Chris
He was
Martin.
engaged to Liz Hurley. Everyone's hall pass was Liz Hurley. We all loved him. We admired him. We all wished we were him at times. But it was great to hear the voice of Bill. He sounds healthy at 85.
He does.
He reckons his pigeons are flying as fast as he used to bat. Well, he was the slowest batter we've ever had as an opener.
Well, we want those
those pigeons might need a little butt shot.
They might, but let's just quickly hear from his son Jackson on Channel 7 earlier, ahead of tonight.
To have a grandstand named after him now is just unbelievable, as sad as it is. But for all of us to come and sit down at this ground for the rest of our lives and be able to say we're sitting in Dad's stand forever is pretty special.
Pretty amazing, isn't it? So it's going to be a bit of an emotional night for sure. A big 2-hour extravaganza at the MCG, and we'll be tuning in 6:30 tonight on any free-to-air channel on your telly. It's 29 minutes after 4. We're going to take a break. Port Adelaide fans, Ollie Wine to join us next.
Early evenings with John Blake.
Magda's in trouble again. Magda's a really angry girl. She's always angry lately.
What's happened?
I liked her a lot better when she was funny. She said, "So Scott Morrison, do we really need more proof that this man is more concerned with politics than people?"
Weeknight weeknights from 7.
So Peter Ford got on and said, Magda, the pick was taken last week. Well, you know what Magda said then? She said,
I said Pete, I said love, I said darling.
Early evenings with Blakey on 5AA.
How do you become a home hero? Easy. You fix that sliding door that's been dragging and scraping, dragging it. Well, you get it. You've been living it. Call Rollerco. They'll have the parts you need, and they'll tell you how to fix it too. You'll be an instant home hero. Well, in sliding doors anyway. Order online and use the code 5AA for 10% off. rollerco.com.au. They'll get you rolling.
Ever paid $30 for a schnitty? You've probably paid garnish tax. All those little alfalfa sprouts, parsley sprigs, the nonsense you push to the side, you're paying for it. Sure, it looks pretty, but there's nothing like a simple, hearty meal the way you know and love without garnish tax. 722 are cooking classics for just $14.90. Monday to Friday, lunch and dinner. Simple, tasty, $14.90. For a bar and bistro, the way it's meant to be. Visit 722 Port Road, Beverley.
This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good afternoon, I'm Michaela Kamarek. Major vaccination mandates for education and transport workers will be scrapped from midnight. It comes as COVID case numbers soar in SA with 5,496 new infections recorded today. Climate activists have again disrupted traffic on Flinders Street in the city. They were dressed as the PM in burning beds in a protest against fossil fuels. And Nick Kyrgios and Thanasi Kokkinakis have both been beaten in the last 16 at the Miami Open. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Melrose Park, keep your eyes out for a smash on South Road near Dunallen Road, affecting inbound left-hand lane there. Salisbury South, another collision. This one's on Main North Road at Clayson Road. Leabrook, tree has taken down some power lines. Kensington Road near Glenburn Road, and we're busy Oaklands Road near Henry Street. Cameras, Eastern Parade, Otway, Old Port Road at Queenstown. Jack's Tyres and Auto are now open at Gillis Plains in Edwardstown. Call Jack's today to make a booking. Jack's Tyres and Auto. Peace of mind driving. Search Jack's. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Clear tonight, a low of 12. Cloudy tomorrow, 22. Right now, it's 20. More news at 5 o'clock and as it happens on 5AA.
If you run a local business, we radio listeners would like a word.
A word about your garden centre sale.
A word about your new online store.
A word about your famous meat pies.
Because you've got the things we want.
But unless you advertise it, we won't know about it.
So get on the radio. Then it'll be your store we go to.
Your website we visit.
And your name we remember.
Come on.
We're all ears.
Advertise on radio and watch your business grow. For help with radio advertising, visit radioalive.com.au.
Dave Benson Caravan's 3-day mega sale starts 1st of April, ends 3rd of April.
Over 70 new caravans and campers on the floor now. Ready to buy now.
But most exciting, discounts will be on all RVs. High quality Australian-made leading brand caravans, priced to sell over 3 days only.
Plus, all buyers go into the draw to win $5,000 towards your purchase.
Don't miss out, 3 days only, but must end Sunday, 3rd of April. Dave Benson Caravan, 64 Grand Junction Road.
Are you tired of paying high electricity bills month after month? We have the right solution for you. Spill your bills with NTS Solar today. When it comes to savings, it's about getting the best solar system in your household. NTS Solar has been installing solar systems for more than 30 years, making them the best people for energy savings. So why not dial these guys to solve your problem? For more information, visit ineedmysolar.com.
Walker Crash Repairs. For easy insurance repairs on your caravan, get it fixed right with Walker Crash Repairs.
This is Rowey's Sports Show.
27 minutes to 5. Big show still to come. Your chance to win your way to Showdown 51. One of the stars in just a moment who will be playing on Friday night. But Australia are into the Women's World Cup final. They've just taken victory over the West Indies in New Zealand. So that is fantastic. Win by 157 runs on Sunday. We'll see them play England or South Africa, so very exciting indeed. But protect and improve your business with One Solution, winner of the National Telstra Enterprise Customer Excellence Award. It's time to speak to one of our superstars.
Yeah, Showdown 51 is Friday. It's a perfect stage for Port to respond. Joining us is Brownlow medalist Ollie Wines. Ollie, thanks for your time.
No worries, Rowey. Thanks for having me on.
Good man. How is the group, Ollie? I feel that loss is, well, it's really stung you all.
Yeah, it certainly has, and so it should. Our defence wasn't up to standard Saturday night, and we were made to pay by a really attacking team. So we've had some honest conversations throughout the week. We've sort of reset our mindset as a team, and as you said, there's a massive opportunity Friday night against our arch rival to bounce back and get our season going.
I'd say it was an uncharacteristic loss and a strange one. We spoke to Monty yesterday. You won the ball, the stoppage, the clearance. You won centre square convincingly. Yet you let Hawthorn kick 11 goals, D50, F50. So have you worked out the why and the how and what happened, Ollie?
Yeah, we have. And as you said, it is a little bit uncharacteristic of us to lose that way. Usually it's in the contested ball and clearance is when we go down, but that was all up and going. And look, our one wood is our defence. That has been Ken's mantra since he came to the club, and just little things we were off. It only takes 1 or 2 seconds to be lagging behind your opponent for an attacking team to really punish you. So there was a lot of opportunities where we could have stopped these sort of plays in their tracks, but for whatever reason, we were a little bit off the pace and a second behind, and Hawthorn were able to punish us.
Were you too attacking a mindset? I know you do set your D50 right up or your team defence when you lock the ball inside 50. Was it the structures broke down? Was it just lazy? Was it care factor? Have you absolutely pointed the finger at what went on with it, like drilled right down to it was you, and you?
Yeah, a little bit. I think it's not one particular line. It takes all three lines to defend a footy field, and all the different lines had different things going on. The forwards weren't able to create an aerial contest, bring it to ground. Us mids got a little bit past the contest at times and let Hawthorn out the front, and then the backs lost a few one-on-one. So within all the lines, we've addressed it pretty thoroughly, and we know what we've got to turn around, and as I said before, it is uncharacteristic for us to let teams rebound on us so easy out of back 50 and go to score. So it's something that we've narrowed down this week, and no doubt we'll be on our game Friday night.
It's an easy fix. I know people say that. Well, it's not. You got to deliver, but this sounds more attitudinal. It's definitely not talent. It's definitely not coaching. It's just the attitude of the group. Maybe on the day. I don't know. Is that way off the mark or?
No, I think you're quite accurate there. I think there's a certain attitude you've got to come with to the ground. And particularly for our team, our best offense comes off our defense, and mistaking that order can get you in trouble at times. And look, in the last probably 2 years, it hasn't got us into trouble, but it certainly did Saturday night. We probably rated offense a little bit too much. Particularly over our defence, and it got us into trouble. We're a team that locks the ball inside our front half and really puts the pressure on teams, and we weren't able to do that. They were able to punish us when they got the ball.
4 of your 8 quarters this year, you've had 5 or more goals kicked against you. I went through your last season. Last year you had 4 in total, Ollie. 4 for 22 games in the whole season. Round 3, it was West Coast first and second quarters. Bulldogs round 9, first quarter. Geelong last quarter, round 13. Forget the prelim. Those momentum swings are really hurting you so far this year. So in your eyes, does leadership drop? Does voice drop? Instructional voice? Do people go back into their shells? Again, it's uncharacteristic of your team. 4 for the entire year last year.
Yeah, I think it's small sample size as of yet.
Yes, yep.
The Lions game, we were fairly out of legs in that last quarter due to a lot of guys going down. I think there's certainly no excuses on the weekend, and we have, going into that game, we put some things into place that perhaps didn't work as well as we would have liked. We understand that at times last year that when momentum went against us in those big games, in big moments, we didn't stand up to it. So we definitely put some things into place, and we're still tinkering with them a little bit. So it was disappointing to let Hawthorn get a run on. I certainly think we had opportunities to stem the bleeding throughout that and didn't make the most of it. But in this day and age, I think with all the rules as they are, you can't let a team get that momentum.
No, bloody hard to stop. Showdown 51 Friday. Obviously, your attention has turned to that. Robbie Gray, 5-time Showdown medalist. I mean, it's an amazing record. Is he right to roll, Ollie?
I think I think Robbie will be a test. I think there'll be a few guys a test going into it.
All
so
right.
fingers crossed we've got some positive news for those guys. But at the moment, yeah, they're a bit touch and go. Probably got to wait to see them tomorrow.
Okay, and Charlie's another one. Has he been doing the work? Has he been running, jumping, flying? Is he doing, match practice, so to speak? Do you think he's right to go?
He has been, yeah. So he started that last week. He's been training with the group, but I think there's a little bit of caution around Charlie, as we know, generally with the big guys being so heavy. He needs to be 100% right. We're not going to risk him and lose him for the season again. So I think they're taking a little bit extra caution with Charlie. So again, he'll be a test, but the positive thing is he's been training and in match practice, so that's a really positive for us.
You're missing him, Ollie, aren't you? I mean, you break forward to centre, you just got this big colossus of a man that takes 2 or 3 with him. The team's missing him, aren't they? Rush him back, Ollie. Just come on. Get him in.
I'll pass it on.
Yeah. You have got a big man problem. Well, it's looming that way. Alia's out, we know. Cleary, maybe McKenzie. We'll see how he comes up. Charlie's still in doubt. Marshall and Finlayson, well, they're out of touch. There's no other word to call that. Could we see a debutant or two? Tell me where Dante Vicentini's at and Sam Hayes.
Yeah, Dante's obviously a first-year player to us, so he's very, very fresh to the system, and particularly the last couple of years he's had back in Victoria, he hasn't played a lot of footy at all. So I think he's got a lot of potential. Whether his body's up to AFL standard as of yet, we'll find out. But from what I've seen of him early in his career, he's outstanding talent. Sammy Hayes will be around the mark. He's probably more a genuine ruckman. I'm not sure we'd bring him in to play as a permanent forward, but who knows with injuries at the moment. But look, we've got guys in the sample that are working really hard to find their own form and put their hand up. So if the time comes to that, I think they'll be ready to go.
We've got a sip and save text. What about Ollie Lord? How close would he be, Ollie? Is he developing?
Yeah, he's developing as well. I think with these bigger guys, it takes them a few extra years compared to the midfielders and the smalls, just to, I guess, fill themselves out a little bit and be able to compete in the contest. We probably look at Charlie Dixon and those type of players, and we probably take their competitiveness in the contest for granted, because it doesn't happen from day one. So he's another one that's improving in the Maggies. He's putting a lot of work into his body and being able to compete with the bigger defenders.
You're a Brownlow medalist, Ollie. Does that come with any extra attention or pressure? Do you feel a sense of responsibility to perform? You're a Brownlow medalist.
Yeah, I don't think it comes with any expectations from anyone else. It probably, I guess, puts a little bit of more pressure on yourself. Being a proud person I am, I want to keep playing at that standard and upholding sort of my consistency that I showed last year. So externally, there's not too much. Probably just personally, I try to uphold those standards and do everything I can to keep improving myself. So it is an incredibly prestigious honour and something that I don't think will sink in for 5 to 10 years, but I've put it behind me now, and I've just got to keep improving and finding little 1%ers that I can keep getting better at my game.
Always love talking to you, Ollie. You're a proud club. It's the perfect game to respond Friday. Good luck, and as always, thanks for your time.
Appreciate it, Rowey. Thanks, mate.
Well done. He's a ripper. He is just every team would want an Ollie Wine to tear. Cybersecurity workflow has never been more important than right now, so don't mess around. Get in touch with our friends at One Solution, winner of the National Telstra Enterprise Customer Excellence Award, bought us Ollie Wines. Hang on,
Yes.
I got it wrong. Brownlow medalist.
Yes.
For the rest of his life. Brownlow medalist. Ollie Wines.
It's a great title to have if you've got it. You can't shake that. A couple of texts coming in on the Sip and Save text before we go to the break. This one from Stephen Aberfour Park. Wow. Peter Ladhams would be useful at the Power at the moment.
Wouldn't he? What?
And then Chris says Port should absolutely not be able to wear the prison bars at the Friday Showdown. It's not a heritage round, and Port have never been black and white, and it's not their home showdown. That would be pure arrogance. That's the feeling of, I suppose, a Crows fan there. Probably suggesting, don't do it at our game.
Yeah, this is Row. Port's forward line's been dysfunctional for years. In 2019, they had 7 goalless quarters and 11 one-goal quarters. 2020 had 5 goalless quarters and 21 goal quarters.
Wow.
2021 they had 3 goalless quarters, 15 one-goal quarters. 2022 they had 2 goalless quarters and 1 goalless quarter. Is that bloke's name Sir Swamp Thing?
He's got
He's
all
put
the
some work
stats.
into that.
Gee whiz.
So this year they've had 2 goalless quarters. So against
Already.
Brisbane, they didn't score in the first or the last. Not Brisbane, sorry, Sydney. No, it's not Sydney. Hawthorn.
Hawthorn.
Sorry, I'm watching the girls on the cricket.
That's right.
I mean that is an indictment.
That is right.
I think the way we were talking with Monty yesterday and just Ollie, I do have enough faith in Port that this is an outrider.
Yep.
Those numbers, you would win 99 out of 100 games.
The stats.
So their defence was Hazenhausen.
Long way to go, but the Showdown is the perfect rev up, I reckon, to get your season kick-started and back again. Hopefully, there will be some fight on Friday night. You would be certain of that. Let's check your roads out there. We'll continue to get your thoughts. 82230000. Get amazing deals on Mitsubishi and used cars at Wayville Mitsubishi and Southern Mitsubishi, driven by Australian Motors.
Look out for a collision at Paraka on the drive home. Right Road at Bridge Road. Another smash, Melrose Park. South Road near Dunallen Road, affecting inbound in the left-hand lane. And Crayfors, there's a burn-off happening which is causing smoke over the freeway in the Crayfors area. Speeds are reduced. Busy Marion Road near Sturt Road with cameras Churchill Road, Kilburn, and Midway Road at Elizabeth East. 5 crispy chicken strips for $5 at a Porto. 5 100% crispy chicken strips with a dipping sauce for just $5. Limited time only. Order in store or take away now. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Adelaide's favourite southerner, Fitzy, joins 5AA Breakfast each Friday with his AFL footy tips. Thanks to House Inspect Australia. Trust House Inspect Australia, the most qualified team in Australia for house inspections. Search House Inspect Australia.
Ned's early payout is on the AFL. Place a head-to-head bet on any game this round, and if your team is up by 20 points or more at half-time, you win. Take the AFL to the Ned's level. First $250 staked. T's and C's apply. Visit the website for details. Gamble responsibly.
The roar of the crowd. The excitement in the stands before the teams run out. That first bounce. There's nothing like round 1 of the Host Plus Sandful League. It's catching up and standing together with mates. It's tradition. It's quality footy. It's a day of entertainment and free entry for the kids. And it's those classic game day vibes. Round 1 of the Host Plus Sandful League this weekend. Nothing beats it. Visit sandful.com.au for match info.
Hey, it's Callum here. Whether you're buying your first Mazda, trading your old vehicle, or getting your car serviced, take it from me. You cannot go wrong with the team at Edwardstown Mazda. Right now, there's phenomenal savings on new, demo, and used Mazdas, including the Mazda 3 G20 Pure from $29,919 drive away, or CX-5 Max Sport from $42,033 drive away.
It's gotta be
edwardstownmazda.com.au. LMVD 207428.
We're taking the next step, and Australia's economic plan is helping. Investments in defence shipbuilding and the North-South Corridor are creating jobs, and skilling the workforce will fill the jobs of the future. Today, the plan keeps taxes low and delivers affordable, reliable energy. And that's good for all Australians. For more about Australia's economic plan, visit economicplan.gov.au. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
Ray White. Big name in real estate, but also the biggest name in business broking. What makes us big? Our people, like Brett Buckley and his team. MBA, lecturer, and multi-time SA Business Broker of the Year. Brett doesn't just read a P&L, he feels it. If you're selling or expanding your business, Brett can take your business apart and find you more money. And we're not talking small change. Go on, touch base with Brett. Search Rowey Business Sales SA.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. Celebrate Doris Day's 100th birthday and watch the Pajama Game with live tribute from Chris McPhee and Roseanne Hosking, April 3, 2 p.m. Capri Theatre. Book at capri.org.au.
Prefer Australian owned? Want to support local businesses? Believe in community spirit? Want a deal on your energy? Of course you do. So, should you switch to Lumo SA? Of course you should. We're 100% Australian owned with a rewards program full of local finds. We're actively helping communities and offering amazing energy deals to boot. Call 131 5866 or search Lumo. SA residential customers only. Lumo Energy SA not available in all areas. Eligibility criteria and conditions apply. See website for details.
Scraped your caravan? Walker Crash Repairs, an RAA approved caravan crash repairer.
This is Rowey's Sports Show.
It's 10 minutes to 5. Very shortly, we'll give you a chance to head along to the 36ers because we have the skipper on the line.
Oh, we do. We had a great win over Phoenix by 8 points over the weekend. We've got the Jack Jumpers home Friday night on the line. Sixers skipper Mitch McCarron. Mitch, thanks for your time.
Hey guys, thanks for having me on again.
Geez, that's better, isn't it? A great win.
A good response. Yeah, it was really happy with the way we played, and a lot of guys showed up to play and gave their all.
We were impressive in every area too. Probably our most complete game with the shooting, the boards, the scrapping, and it was a lightning start too. 21-5. I love that.
Yeah, no, definitely. We were super happy with that. Obviously, we've had some slow starts this season, and it was a point of emphasis for us to get off to a good one against them. They're typically a high-scoring team, but we thought we could take advantage of them defensively, and we did.
Yeah, and drained 100 points for the first time for the year.
That's it, yeah. We shot the ball well, but at the same time, I thought we generated a lot of quality shots, and, we spent a lot of time over the week really emphasizing where we wanted to attack them and what kind of looks we think we could get consistently, and it turned out to be true.
Everyone played well, I thought, as well. The bench did exceptionally well. DJ does what DJ does. Sunday shot 21. You always chip in with your role with 11. It was a real team effort.
Yeah, for sure. It was great to see, obviously, a guy like Hiram, who hasn't played a lot this year, start for us for the first time in his career, I believe, and come in and give us that kind of energy and production against, Mitch Creek, who, yes, had a good game, but I thought Hiram really gave us some great minutes, and then Sunday played really well. And I thought Todd gave us a great spark as well off the bench. Kai gave us some good minutes. We had lots of guys come in and contribute right away.
Tell us about Hiram. He's really come on, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been great. He's a guy that's just plugged away all year, and he wasn't with us for most of the pre-season, which was unfortunate, but he's just plugged away. He hasn't said boo. He knows his role, he knows his strengths, and that's a guy who's really fighting for a contract next year, and I think he's putting himself in a great position in the way he's gone about it.
4 rounds to go in the season. Be nice to finish strong. Mitch?
Yeah, it'd be great. Obviously, we'd need a lot of other results to go our way to even make it mathematically possible to make finals, but for us, it's just game by game, making sure we're trying to do what we can to win. It doesn't hurt anybody to go on a little winning streak now, and, especially we've got some big home games to finish the season, and then I think we have 4 on the road to finish the year, so, we've got to have some fun and enjoy these last home games.
Yeah, it's been a difficult COVID stop-start season, Mitch, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. It's obviously been frustrating for everybody. I'm sure it's been the same for fans, and, what was meant to be and how many times we had to cancel games or move games and isolations throughout the year. It's a frustrating one for everybody, but I'm glad we're at least able to play it, and hopefully we can build and get none of that next year.
Well done, Mitch. Keep up the great work. Big home game Friday night. You can get your tickets at adelaide36ers.com.au. Go the Sixers. Mitch, thanks for your time.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
Yeah, thanks to ASIC Couriers. Mitch McCarron is our guest.
Great to have him on the show. CJ Bruton, the coach, will join us next week. But, of course, if you want to head along on Friday night, massive game, Adelaide Entertainment Centre, 7:30. we have a family pass up for grabs. So give us a call. It's against the Tasmanian Jack Jumpers. 82230055. The comp line is open for you. And every game this year, remember, you can shoot to win $1,000, all thanks to My Money House. All you have to do is register at mymoneyhouse.com.au/36ers. And if you do that, you're even into the shot at 100K in the last game of the season. So
how good's that?
Have a crack.
Let's go to Netley. Pete.
Hello, Rowey.
Hiya, Pete.
Rowey, one question to start off with first. Who was the last true centreman we had at the Crows?
The last true midfielder the Crows have had.
The last, well, there was quite a few of them. I mean, I go back to Goody, McLeod, Roo, Edwards, genuine footies. Okay, Scotty Thompson.
Dangerfield, yep.
Danger.
Yeah, that's who I'm talking about.
Yep.
Since then, we've filled in with players like Sloaney, Crouchy, and that.
Oh, Sloaney on his day and in his year, 2017, he had a phenomenal season, Pete.
Oh, yeah.
Phenomenal
I agree with
season.
you there.
Yeah.
And we've got one bloke that's just started at the club, has come into the club, and that's Rosselli. It started in the same way Dangerfield started with us.
He's going to be special, Pete.
Why couldn't the Crows and Nixie start blooding him as our true sentiment and coming to the forward lines like Dangerfield did?
Pete, if you're the coach, you're debating that every week from now on. The last quarter, he went into the midfield. He was recruited to be that small forward. I think I'm starting him in the forward line. But when you need some magic or need someone to get something out of there or a new look in that midfield, he's going to be probably their first go-to man now. He did it last week. He's not going to do it every week, but I think I'm starting him forward. Let him weave his magic there and this work from there. Thanks, Pete.
Well done. 5 minutes to 5. We're going to take a quick break, and shortly we'll read out some more of your texts and have more of your calls.
5AA Breakfast.
Not sure if you've caught this one from Graham Corn speaking to Stephen Rowe.
But is it time to throw Tom Duday in the middle? People have talked about this for a while now. Big bodied.
Have a look. What do you got to lose? Because the midfield's not getting it done.
Nodding your head. Would you like to play up a foot?
I've been bringing it up to Nixie for a few years.
Informing Adelaide.
I did say to Nixie at the Brownlow last year, the only way I get a Brownlow vote is me playing in the midfield, and I sort of gave him just a bit of a look after it.
6 a.m. weekdays on 5AA.
If ever there was a time where you need to have the ability to get emergency help while alone, it is right now. Whether you have a sudden illness or a nasty fall, just a press of a button and help will be on its way. For more information, go to carealert.com.au.
Make racing even more exciting with Ladbrokes Same Race Multi. Add up to 4 runners to a Same Race Multi and watch your potential payout increase. Ladbroke it with a Same Race Multi. T's and C's apply. See ladbrokes.com.au for details. Gamble responsibly.
This is a message to all local businesses.
On behalf of all radio listeners.
Let's hear from you. Yeah, we want to know when your shoes are on sale.
If you can help me remortgage.
Or landscape my yard.
There's more of us listening to radio than ever before.
In our cars, on our phones, laptops, smart speakers.
In fact, 95% of all Australians.
That's a lot of potential new customers. So come on.
We're all ears.
Advertise on radio and watch your business grow. For help with radio advertising, visit radioalive.com.au.
Hi, Susanna Toop here from Toop & Toop. We have just launched an industry first. We're now giving tenants early access to rental properties. Tenants have the opportunity to secure a home up to 2 months in advance and before they become publicly available, giving you greater peace of mind that your next rental property is secured. Simply register online at toop.com.au/rent and we will notify you of any properties that match your needs. It's that easy. And our landlords are benefiting too from our new innovation. On average, we meet over 600 tenants at our open homes each month who are actively looking for a new home to rent. Our landlords can tap into this network and secure quality tenants up to 2 months in advance and before they incur hundreds of dollars in advertising and vacancy costs. If you want to access this incredible tenant network or secure your next home sooner, head to toop.com.au or call us on 8362 8888. That's 8362 8888.
You've heard of craft beers, sour beers, hoppy beers, malty beers, wild yeast beers, Rolling Stone beers, Indian Pale beers and home brew beers. But do you ever want just Beer? Every Friday at 7:22, Just Beer is just $5. And for just $5, it's always just as cold, just as frothy, and just as tasty. Just like always. Just a pub the way it's meant to be, with classic favourites on tap for just $5 every Friday. Visit 722 Bar and Bistro, Port Road, Beverley.
If it takes the local footy team to help move that dragging, scraping, sliding door of yours,
Put your back into it, fellas.
call Rollerco instead. Rollerco have the parts you need to make it slide again with just one finger. And in most cases, have those parts delivered to your door within 24 hours. Rollerco.com.au. They'll get you rolling.
Right, everyone out.
Rollerco.com.au.
Walker Crash Repairs. For easy insurance repairs on your caravan. Get it fixed right with Walker Crash Repairs.
This is Rowey's Sports Show.
It's 1 minute to 5. Lee Matthews on the other side of the 5 o'clock news. And congratulations to Shandell. You're on your way to the 36ers on Friday night. Family pass for you. We've got another opportunity for you to win tomorrow, VIP style as well. So that'll be exciting. We've got the Mystery Sports $150 to give away on the other side of the news as well. All thanks to the Bro Hotel Group. Brody Smith to join us. And we're going to cross the MCG very shortly too. Very, very important night for the Warren family. And I reckon a lot of people across the country farewelling Shane Warne. And of course, don't forget your chance to win your way to Showdown 51. We'll give you a chance to win the tickets after the 5 o'clock news.
Online, on DAB Digital Radio, and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Partly cloudy tonight, a low of 13 with the 5 o'clock news. I'm Michaela Kamara.
All new 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander with 10-year warranty, 10 years capped price servicing at Agostino Mitsubishi.
SA has recorded its second highest number of new daily COVID cases today. 5,496 infections have been reported. 180 people are in hospital, including 8 in intensive care. Another 2 people have died with the virus, a man in his 70s and a woman in her 80s. Despite soaring case numbers, authorities have decided to scrap vaccine mandates for teachers and transport workers from tomorrow. The Education Department's Chief Executive Rick Purse says some conditions will apply for school workers.
We'll require any staff who are unvaccinated coming back to the workforce to wear a mask at all times while indoors and take a daily rapid antigen test.
Kapunda High School will be closed for the rest of the week after a suspicious fire overnight. The blaze destroyed a heritage-listed admin building donated to the school in 1921 by Sydney Kidman. Principal David Marino says the community is shocked.
A devastating call to receive. Obviously, no one wants to receive that news, and arrive to a devastating scene as well with our community.
Investigations are continuing. Anyone with information is urged to contact police. The federal government says the reduction in the fuel excise will not be extended beyond its 6-month timeframe. The tax has been halved to deal with soaring petrol prices at a $3 billion cost to the budget. One Big Switch says close to 200 servos dropped prices by 10 cents a litre or more overnight. Treasurer Josh Frydenberg says it's always been slated as a temporary measure.
Treasury's forecast, which was included in last night's budget, is that the barrel of oil price will come down to about $100 in September, and that's when the 6-month period is over for the halving of the fuel excise.
The Prime Minister is among a crowd of 50,000 people attending a state funeral for cricket icon Shane Warne. The 52-year-old is being honoured at the Melbourne Cricket Ground tonight, a venue where he made history on multiple occasions. Among the superstars performing are Elton John, Ed Sheeran and Chris Martin. Scott Morrison says he hopes it will be a celebration of Shane Warne's life.
We'll come together down there at the MCG this evening and give thanks for a great Australian life that has touched so many other Australians through his sheer sporting genius, but also because of his iconic character.
Australia will join a growing list of Western countries to receive a personal plea from Ukraine's president. Volodymyr Zelensky has been formally invited to address the Australian Parliament via video link tomorrow night. He's expected to request greater assistance to combat Russia's military assault. Now turning to 5AA Sport. Australia has secured a spot in the final of the Women's Cricket World Cup with the 157-run win over the West Indies. The Aussies set a target of 306 runs. The Windies finished 8 for 148. Geelong coach Chris Scott wants to make Saturday's game against Collingwood about Joel Selwood and his impact as a leader. Selwood breaks the record for the most games as captain when he leads out the Cats for a 227th time. Scott says it's an incredible achievement.
It's a one-off. It's the first time this has ever happened. It's a genuine record that is going to be very, very hard to break in the future.
And Nick Kyrgios and Thanasi Kokkinakis have both been beaten in the last 16 at the Miami Open. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Complete windscreens, same-day service and best price guaranteed. Proudly South Australian since 1976. Complete
A few
windscreens.
crashes to look out for the drive home tonight. One at Kilburn, Prospect Road near Kintyre Avenue. Another one at Paraka, Wright Road at Bridge Road. And another smash at Melrose Park. It's on South Road near Dunorlan Road, affecting inbound left-hand lane. Got a breakdown at Mitchell Park. It's on Sturt Road near Marion Road, blocking the right-hand turning lane onto Marion Road as you're heading towards the beach. Cameras on the drive home, Main North Road, Elizabeth, and Park Terrace at Bowden. Get up to 4 weeks free with Good Life Health Clubs and enjoy over 90 clubs nationwide, 24/7 access and a huge range of group fitness classes. Visit goodlife.com.au. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Partly cloudy tonight, a low of 12. Partly cloudy tomorrow, 22. Friday sunny, 24. And Saturday sunny, a top of 23. Right now it's 19 degrees. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News Tonight.
A record surge in local COVID cases, just as vaccine mandates for schools and public transport are scrapped. See the ferocious fire that engulfed an historic high school building. A life-saving cancer drug now thousands of dollars cheaper. Plus 4 times the power against 4 strains. The flu jab for over 60s this winter. I'm Brett Raglis. See the full story on 9 News tonight at 6.
This is Rowey's Sports Show. Stephen Rowe and Sam Tugwell.
6 minutes after 5. Geez, an hour like this doesn't get much better on a sports show. We've got giveaways galore, $150. Thanks to the Bro Hotel Group for our mystery sports. Shortly, we're giving you a chance to go to the showdown. We've got a double to give away, so stay tuned for that. Brodie Smith's going to join us in the studio as well. Very soon, we're going to cross the MCG as well. It's, of course, Warnie's Memorial this evening, but as we love to do on a Wednesday at 5, it's time for Lee Matthews for a legendary pub with a legendary schnitty. There's a table waiting for you at the St Kilda Beach Hotel.
If it bleeds, we can kill it, and we reckon Essendon can bleed.
Lethal Lee Matthews.
Yeah, love it. Lee, welcome.
Rory, how are you?
Yeah, fantastic.
I'm good, thank you. How are you? Well, showdown weekend, always interesting, and guess what? One of the teams is going to have a win.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are tipping it might be Port Adelaide, but gee, they're both Norton too. You've been there, done that as a coach and as a player. You don't want to read too much into the first 2 rounds, do you?
Oh, no, not too much. I must admit, I started the year thinking that the only 2 teams I thought couldn't play finals, I didn't think the Crows had any chance of playing final, and I didn't think North Melbourne had any chance of playing finals. And after 2 rounds, I'd probably stick with that. I reckon the other 16 have got a chance. But, I mean, when you think of the first couple of rounds, I mean, the Crows almost beat FIVEAA, just didn't quite, but were pretty poor against Collingwood. Port, however, were very good against the Lions.
They were.
I mean, the Lions got over the top in the last half, but had a really bad game against Hawthorn too. But, the jump into conclusions just does my head in. How people sort of jump to conclusions, like people like ruling the line through Port as a premiership chance. I must admit, I think there's a few teams that before the season started, probably were higher in my ranking. But nevertheless, it's jumping to conclusions is what you do every Monday in the footy world. I think you've got to remind yourself what's happened over the last few weeks or even late last year, but is just as important as what happened last weekend. So anyway, but it's always a big event, obviously in Adelaide, the showdown. So it'll be big for you guys. Yeah.
Some of us are good at jumping to conclusions and jumping shadows. I tend to do that, Lee. I want to start with Buddy. 1,000 goals. He got absolutely mobbed. I loved it. Loved it.
I tell you what, I was thinking though, I'm glad for Buddy's sake he was 200 centimetres tall. Could you imagine if a bloke of our height, like I'm a bit under, I'm 178 centimetres, you're sort of about the same, if not a bit shorter, Rowey, but nevertheless.
I am 178, thank you, Mr. Lee Matthews.
well, so am I. We're both, but we...
Same.
You wouldn't have seen us, and it would have been so scary.
Yeah.
Like, you could always see Buddy's head because his head was a bit above, the average height of the crowd. And I mean, it was a magnificent moment in football, but it just proves when a mob of a few thousand people want to do something, no one can stop them. And I must admit, I do think it was a disaster waiting to happen. Unfortunately, there was no disaster, no bad injuries, but God, that kind of thing, as I say, I think was really dangerous. But the fact that he got his 1,000th goal, that was a great moment. And frankly, the fact there was probably 10,000 people ran onto the field, I suspect, makes it an even bigger moment, doesn't it? The whole event. And I just wonder myself, Rowey, I mean, most of those people who ran onto the ground, the 1,000th goal was the excuse to run onto the ground, wasn't it, really?
That's right.
You're not going to go and touch Buddy. What are you going to do? You touch his back. But people love getting onto the playing arena. Do they still have any post-game kick-the-kicks at the Adelaide Oval?
Only Marvel. That's the only one.
Yeah, no, we do at Adelaide.
Oh, do we?
Every now and then, Crows and Port will let it open because the SMA allows them to. I think. Look, you're right. It is uniquely Australian, but I think when Gil McLachlan encouraged us, I reckon go for it.
Well, they did encourage it. Let's face it. Now that it's all happened, like the ends justify the means, or all's well, it ends well. And it ended well, so it was a fantastic moment in football. Like, one of the things I was thinking to myself, like I now remember the day that Lockett kicked his 1,300th goal at the SCG against Collingwood. That was 99, but I can still remember it. I think we'll always remember the Franklin moment. When in the 90s, we're talking obviously the VFL AFL days, in the 90s when Dunstall and Ablett and Lockett all kicked their 1,000th goal, I have absolutely no memory of it.
Okay. Yeah,
because it's sort of one of those. So this was just such a big moment. But anyway, it was a great moment in footy. It was a disaster waiting to happen, but all things being considered, I think Buddy was fortunate. He was the tallest man, and his head was above the pack. As they say. Yeah,
brilliant.
Absolutely.
I remember Mods quite well. Stephen Kernahan, AFL, VFL captain record of 226 is going to get broken this weekend by the great Joel Selwood. That'll be a record that will last probably as long as the 1,000 goals, I reckon.
Yeah, it is a magnificent record. Joel Selwood walked into Geelong. I mean, his brother played for the Lions, Troy Selwood.
Yes.
So we always had our eye on Joel, but he was injured in his under-18 year, and he would have, like in his under-16 year, we would have been first pick in the draft, but he dropped to pick 7 or so, and our medical staff said, no, his knee will not stand up. He won't be able to play a long career. That was the medical advice. That was why he dropped. I think it was about pick 7, which is where Geelong picked him. But he walked into Geelong in 2007 and was a terrific player straight away. I did the numbers. I always think the best it gets in footy is if you can win. So if you can win 2 out of 3. In other words, if you can win about 2/3 of your games and only lose a third. It doesn't get any better than that. Well, Geelong, since Joel's been there, they've only missed the finals once, and they've won about 75% of the games they've played. So, and that's a lot to do with Joel Selwood. I just reckon he's a winner. I reckon he's the kind of player. He hasn't got the gigantic sort of highlight reel because he just contributes so much so often. I've been an enormous fan of Joel Selwood, and getting the captaincy record in the VFL AFL era of 227 games is quite an achievement, isn't it?
Well, you look at his record. He was second in the Brownlow in 2013. People forget that. He's a 3-time best and fairest, top 3 in the best and fairest 7 times, 6-time All-Australian. He's played 336 games. I hope your doctor got sacked, Lee. Is all I'm saying about that.
Well, I must admit he's still at the line. They should have got sacked, right? if we picked Joel, because we had picked 4 in that the previous draft, and if we picked Joel, I might still be coaching, because I tell you what, some players you build your team around, and I reckon he's the kind of player, the kind of personality that again, just is winning. He's a winning player. He's amazing how those kind of blokes are so I always think he was a lighter version of Michael Voss. I mean, Michael Voss was a big, solid man, and therefore played, a bigger game. But Joel's always remind me a lot of Michael. On the field, and a magnificent human being off the field.
What a problem that would have been for you, Vossi or Seld. I don't know. I think if you're going to twist my arm, I'd probably still pick Vossi.
Well, I probably would too, but I'm a bit biased. That's true.
Hey, Eagles COVID, and talking about Vossi, he didn't like it. He said there's a tipping point. That's not fair, and I tend to agree.
Yeah. Well, no one likes it, clearly. That's the first thing. But I think the COVID's a bit of a Russian roulette. I would think it's unfair, but unfortunately it's justified. And this week, last weekend, it hit the Eagles. Maybe it'll hit another club, like where you've just got such a big chunk of your team unavailable. But I mean, the alternative, clearly, you're not going to cancel a game. Well, do you postpone it? And that creates so many problems of where the hell were you ever going to play the North Eagles game if you postpone it? So I don't see a better way. I don't see a better policy. So certainly it's unfair, but I think it's justified. And you just hope, like hell, it's not your team that gets hit with the COVID Russian roulette. That's what we'll call it from now on.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Hey, Lockie Neal absolutely destroyed Essendon. Side bottom at times hurt the Crows. Every week there's a player that gets off the leash, if you like, and just destroys an opposition. Where do you sit on taggers?
You've got to develop one. You've got to have someone in your squad who you can use in that role if you need to. Now, Brisbane, young Jared Berry, he actually mainly just plays wing, talk, but if they want to use someone to try and lock down, cool tag, call it what you like, then they've trained him up to do it. So when Merritt was killing him, they went to the bloke who can do the job, or has been trained up to do the job. Now, the coaches who don't have it, to me, is arrogant coaching.
Okay.
Because you know what coaches are like, and I'm talking coaching systems, not just one coach. They think my system, or our system, will override the opposition talent.
Mm.
And, fine, that's all right as a principle, but every now and again, and you get a player who's killing you. You've got to have someone you can go to try and close that player down. If you haven't got it, to me, everyone should be developing one. And I'm amazed that because with Essendon and Lockie Neal, it's quite possible that Essendon would have liked to put someone on him, but they think, who the hell we're going to put on him? Like we have never trained up a tag or call it what you like. So, to me, any club that doesn't, and you talk about the Crows, I mean, the Crows, for instance, or Port Adelaide, have either of them trained up a tagger?
No, I couldn't immediately go, well, could they do this? I don't know whether Houston's done it or Darcy Byrne-Jones for Port. They spring to mind. Maybe even a Burton can do it as a defender. But the Crows, no one really springs to mind for that. And I'm with you, they should. I 100% agree.
Yeah, but as I say, seriously, I do think it's like a coaching arrogance that our system will overwhelm the opposition talent. And every now and again, an opposition talent will be killing you. And he's beaten our system, so we've got to actually attack him individually, not just think our system's overwhelming. So as I say, I do put that under the coaching arrogance category when you don't develop a tagger. Yeah.
I think they could develop, this is the Crows, just going through it. Ben Keys, I think, was at Brisbane, used to do it a bit.
He really used to do a bit of that at the Crows when he first started. He wins a lot of the ball and he's become an offensive player. But again, you just got to have one to go to.
I agree.
I mean, even in our premiership years, and it's 20 years ago with the Crows, whether it was Sean Hart or Brad Scott or a guy called Robert Copeland, you had guys who were trained up to do a job if you felt you needed a job to be done on an opposition staff. So I reckon any coaching group that hasn't, a club that hasn't developed that has got something missing in their system.
Yeah. Drew, we've just had a caller on the Sip and Save text line. We thank Ian. Drew is probably the tagger for Port. Big Willem Drew, the big tally.
Right, yeah, of course. He was doing that job.
Okay, so they have got one.
Done it well.
Has done it very, very well. I think Ned McHenry could possibly be one for the Crows. Hey, Lee, as always, thanks for your time. Have a ripper.
Thanks, guys. Enjoy the showdown.
We will. Showdown 51 Friday. Be live and local on 5AA. And Lee Matthews, he's brought to us by the Legends. And they love Lee Matthews. That's the St Kilda Beach Hotel. Whether it's footy or a legendary old pub like the St Kilda Beach Hotel, legendary snitties. I got an email the other day. They're good. They don't hang off the plate. They hang.
They droop off it.
They're just brilliant. They do schnitties. They're Brownlow schnitties. St Kilda Beach Hotel. It's well worth the drive. Get out there. It's just a terrific pub. Bring us Lee Matthews.
All right, let's check your traffic real quick. Get amazing deals on Mitsubishi and used cars at Wayville Mitsubishi and Southern Mitsubishi, driven by Australian Motors.
Look out for a smash at Kilburn, Prospect Road near Kintore Avenue, Paraka. Another collision there, Wright Road at Bridge Road. And Crayfors, there's a burn-off happening which is causing smoke over the freeway in the Crayfors area. Do take care if you're around that neck of the woods. Busy Marion Road near Sturt Road and Cameras Main North Road, Elizabeth, Old Port Road at Queenstown. Get ready, the Good Guys one-day-only deals start tomorrow. Shop a huge range of deals from leading brands on tech, home appliances and lots more. Don't miss it, only at the Good Guys. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
All right, 19 minutes after 5. Time for us now to play our mystery sports competition, all thanks to the Barreau Hotel Group. We're up to our 5th edition, can you believe it? $150.
Good coin.
All in straight into your back pocket if you want it. Call now, 8223 0055. You've got to name these 4 sporting moments.
Rowey's Sports Show, Mystery Sports.
That's it! They've done it! The super sub!
Yes, he can! Tremendous effort. Or has he? A standing ovation. 50,000 people at Football Park salute the champion.
Fine tackle. What a magnificent tackle.
It's all thanks to the Barreau Hotel Group. This month only enjoy a main course lunch for only half price, only at the Excelsior. We'll play after the break.
Join star players from the Power each week on Rowey's Sports Show, thanks to One Solution. Protect and improve your business with One Solution. Winner of the National Telstra Enterprise Customer Excellence Award.
Trying to find out what's making news in the Channel 7 newsroom as we welcome Jane Doyle to the show. And Jane, the death of a monster.
That's what it's been labelled, Rowey. A man linked to sexual killings in the 80s, high on police radar. He fled overseas. He's now died. Tonight in an exclusive story we hear from his son. On the COVID front, a near record day, 5,496 new cases today. Meantime, it's been announced that unvaccinated teachers and transport workers, so those driving taxis, Ubers and buses and the like, will be on the Warren Memorial here on 7. And in sport proper, key selection sessions ahead of the showdown. The women's cricket team in very good place for the World Cup. Travis Head has...
There was a time where you need to have the ability to get emergency help while alone. It is right now. Whether you have a sudden illness or a nasty fall, just a press of a button and help will be on its way. For more information, go to carealert.com.au.
Selling or buying a home is one of the biggest decisions of your life, so it's important to get the right advice.
Thinking about making a move? Toop and Toop Real Estate's director, Bronte Manuel, has some valuable tips.
It may only be March, but buyers are keen to get deals done now, so that they can settle and move in before winter hits. If you're thinking of selling this year, the first and most important step is to do your research to find the right person and agency you feel comfortable with and trust. It's beneficial to work with an experienced agency who really understands South Australian property in all types of market cycles.
How about the one that was named Australia's #1 real estate agency for the past 3 years?
We're very proud of
You can feel confident in the team at Edwardstown Mazda because they've been doing it for years. Looking for something small, medium or large, Edwardstown Mazda have most models in stock, ready to drive away. But remember, everybody wants to drive a Mazda in 2022, so hurry. edwardstownmazda.com.au LMVD 207 428.
Folks travel from far and wide to meet Trev from Rollerco.
G'day, is Trev around?
Oh, sorry, mate. He's with a customer right now.
Trev's always eager to please. Just pat him on the belly and he'll do anything for you. Oh, yes. Trev said order your sliding door or window parts online and use the code FIVEAA for 10% off. Rollerco.com.au. They'll get you rolling. No, I'm not patting you on the belly. All right.
Scraped your caravan? Walker Crash Repairs, an RAA-approved caravan crash repairer.
This is Rowey's Sport Show.
24 minutes after 5, Crows fans Brodie Smith in the studio in about 5 to 6 minutes' time, which we're looking forward to, and a chance to win your way to Showdown 51. We've got a double to give away, so just stay tuned for that. But now, we love giving away cash.
Yes, we do.
$150 ready to give away, all for the Mystery Sports. Have a listen.
Rowey's Sport Show, Mystery Sports.
That's it! They've done it! The super sub!
Yes,
He's
he
got
can.
it!
Tremendous effort. Or has he? A standing ovation. 50,000 people at Football Park salute the champion.
Oh, fine tackle. What a magnificent tackle.
Okay, Carl at Salisbury, how'd you go? Give us number one.
I don't know any of them.
Oh, well, why'd you ring if you don't know any of them, Carl?
Well, I know about my sport, but I don't know any of those.
You want to have a stab at the dark? Just to help the next listener? You just want a $50 Barrow Hotel Group voucher?
I have.
Carl, you're not helping us.
Come on.
Carl with a K, not a C. You're not helping the game, Carl.
I'm really sorry, but, oh well, bad luck.
Yeah, well, that is true. Well, actually, Carl, you're right.
He's actually a smart man, Carl.
You rung us, bad luck. You had a $50 Barrow Hotel Group voucher, so who's the winner, you or me?
Oh, I am, I reckon.
Of course you are.
Well done, Carl. There you go. You walk away with a $50 Barrow Hotel Group voucher.
Carl. Played me like a German band.
He certainly did.
Hey, a Fluoro Milk Sport update. Congratulations to Redback opener Henry Hunt, joint Sheffield Shield Player of the Year. He captained the last couple of games.
He
didn't
did. So he walked away with 600 runs for the season. I think he was the second highest run scorer for the year, but this is an amazing story.
Scored 601 runs at 42.9, 300s and 150. That's a damn solid season.
Great year.
If you can get 1,000, that's an exceptional season. Oh, and, you know,
facing the new ball.
Playing, you know what?
Yeah.
The other winner, this is where I'm going with this, is Victorian Travis Dean.
Yep.
So joint winners.
Yep.
Joint winners.
Co-winners.
Share the prize.
Yep.
He made 395 runs and only 2 tons.
Oh.
So how the hell does he... How the hell is that record better than Henry Hunt's?
Did he play less games?
He's 200 runs less than Henry.
Come on.
He's got a slightly better average, but what in God's name? Why wouldn't you just give Henry?
Just give it to Henry.
On his Pat Malone, the Sheffield Shield Player of the Year.
Because someone from the Eastern States has got to be in it.
That's right. Travis Dean's from Victoria. Sorry. I didn't realise. I didn't realise that he was from Victoria. I get it now. Yep. Congratulations, Trav.
Yeah.
What a magnificent season.
It's 27 minutes.
What a magnificent season, son.
27 minutes after 5.
The mighty Adelaide Crows women's team have once again made it to the pointy end of the season.
The Crows in pole position ahead of yet another premiership tilt.
One more win will see the Crows ladies into another AFLW Grand Final.
That was a beautiful passage of play from Adelaide.
This Saturday from 2, the Crows go head-to-head with Fremantle for a place in the 2022 AFLW Grand Final.
Look at the excitement.
The AFLW Preliminary Final, live from Adelaide Oval on 5AA.
If you run a local business, we radio listeners would like a word.
A word about your garden centre sale.
A word about your new online store.
A word about your famous meat pies.
Because you've got the things we want.
But unless you advertise it, we won't know about it.
So get on the radio. Then it'll be your store we go to.
Your website we visit.
And your name we remember.
Come on.
We're all ears.
Advertise on radio and watch your business grow. For help with radio advertising, visit radioalive.com.au.
It's easy to say, they don't make bars like they used to. If you haven't been to 722, that is.
722 has all your favourite classic meals at genuine affordable prices made the way you know and love. There's plenty of room for big family get-togethers or catch-ups with an old mate or two. With great meal specials, classic frothies on tap and friendly community atmosphere. Why wouldn't you? Come along for a bite at 722 Bar and Bistro, Port Road, Beverley.
This weekend is Super Weekend at your local Cheapest Chips. Get out of the house and relax or entertain outdoors with 25% off all outdoor furniture, including market umbrellas, steel stacking chairs, polywood garden benches, and heaps more. While you're outdoors, Cheapest Chips have 10% off a range of Hills clotheslines, including Hills Everyday Single Folding Frame line and Hills Everyday Retracting 6 line. And don't miss incredible savings on 10-litre evaporative coolers, just $74.25 each. Box fans, $18 each, and pedestal fans only $18.75 each, and portable mini desk fans just $7.50. For more Super Weekend deals, check the back page of this week's Cheapest Chips catalogue or head into your local Cheapest Chips.
Hear that? That's the sound of the wild calling. And it's calling you. The African lion is one of over 500 animals that you'll experience at Monarto Safari Park. The wild is calling. Are you listening? Book your tickets online at monartosafari.com.au.
Ned's early payout is on the AFL. Place a head-to-head bet on any game this round, and if your team is up by 20 points or more at half-time, you win. Take the AFL to the Ned's level. First $250 staked. T's and C's apply. Visit the website for details. Gamble responsibly.
This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Good afternoon, I'm Michaela Kamarek. A crowd of more than 50,000 people have started making their way to their seats at the MCG for Shane Warne's state funeral. Vaccine mandates are set to be scrapped for teachers and transport workers in SA as both sectors face workforce pressures amid escalating COVID cases. Australia will join a growing list of Western countries to receive a personal plea from Ukraine's president, and Australia has secured a spot in the final of the Women's Cricket World Cup with a 157-run win over the West Indies. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Kilburn, we've got a smash on Prospect Road near Kintor Avenue causing delays. Another crash, this one's at Paraka, Wright Road at Bridge Road. And Crafers, there's a burn-off happening which is causing smoke over the freeway in the Crafers area. Do take care through there. Busy on the drive home, Port Road, Chief Street to Station Place. And we've got cameras Main North Road, Elizabeth, Old Port Road, Queenstown, and the Port Wakefield Road at Greenfields. Right now at Pet Barn, save up to $34 on NexGuard Spectra 6-packs. Conditions apply, ends March 31st. Pet Barn, life's a treat. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Clear tonight, a low of 12, cloudy tomorrow 22. Right now it's 19. More news at 6 o'clock and As It Happens on 5AA.
Walker Crash Repairs. For easy insurance repairs on your caravan. Get it fixed right with Walker Crash Repairs.
This is Rowey's Sports Show.
It's 28 minutes to 6. Still your chance to win tickets. A double to the showdown on Friday night. So we're looking forward to giving them away. And soon we'll cross to the MCG. Sitting outside Gate 2 of the G from Channel 7 is Blake Johnson. He's going to give us what it looks like right now, all the colour and atmosphere, as we are just about an hour away now from the start of Shane Warne's memorial service at the MCG. But time to talk showdown, and one of our favourites is in the studio, all thanks to ASIC Couriers. Need something delivered for your business? Don't risk it. Ace it with ASIC Couriers.
Smith goes long with his right leg off one step. He's kicked it. Smith has kicked it from the middle of the ground. It was an unbelievable kick.
B. Smith, welcome.
Rowey, how you going?
Oh, a little bit flat. I Dr. Googled in the break. Got a few problems downstairs and it's come out cirrhosis of the liver.
You're not at your best. You normally look really good. You're a bit down today.
Have I not crashed in the last half hour? No, Sam.
Crashing and burning.
So don't touch me, don't shake my hand.
No, I'm staying away
I'm thinking it might be just a parasite I picked up in food somewhere. Jody's cooking, but anyway.
Anywho.
James cooking? It wasn't Jimmy, was it?
No.
Do not mention his name. I'm telling you, fair dinkum. B. Smith, not the best weekend for the boys.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a good weekend at all, and we've reviewed it very, very closely, and looking for a big response this weekend.
What's letting the team down, other than skills and fumbling?
Yeah, well, yeah. Obviously, it's not great if you're not getting it to your teammates, but it's more of our defence away from stoppage. That transition's killing us, where teams are cutting us up on the way back. So we've looked at our positioning and everyone playing their roles very closely this week. So hopefully, you see a change on Friday night.
Turnovers are killing you. Just can't defend them. I mean, your back six have got you. Just hard, isn't it? It's a hard way to play your game.
Yeah, it has been tough. And as I said, we looked at it very closely, so we've got a good understanding of why now. And it's just we're not quite executing our roles under pressure, which everyone understands and knows their role. But these young guys haven't been under the pressure and haven't had the experience of actually having to execute for 4 quarters. And we know our game plan, if one guy's out of position and then it's 2, 3, 4, you see teams cut us up like they have, and it makes it very hard for the defence.
What are you going to do about the midfield? Does that need a rejig? Do you need different looks through there? Have you got too much of the same? We just had Lee Matthews on. He said every team needs to develop a tagger. Talk to me about your midfield. Where does Nixie and VB see the midfield in all of your problems?
Well, Laird's promised me 35, 10 clearances and a couple of goals, so that'll help. Yep, Laird back.
That'll help.
But no, we've got he obviously does add a good mix to us there. He's in and under type of player.
Yep.
Then you got the guys like Keezy and Shonny who can break out a stoppage, and they've got the running as well. But as I said, we're just falling away in little areas and really letting ourselves down. If one guy gets it wrong at stoppage, it's falling to 2 and 3 guys falling out of spots, and they come through the corridor and makes it really hard to defend. So we really like our mix in the midfield, but it's just about everyone getting their role right at each stoppage.
And it's the spread and cover. Sometimes you boys are that wound up, you see 2 or 3 of you going for the same ball, and they just, if anyone's any good, I don't know, pick side bottom, just sidestep, you bang away they go. So is it more that as well?
Yeah, exactly right, and it's all across the ground. It's not just the midfielders, we can't just play on them. Okay. But that is our problem at the moment, where we're having too many guys go over and try and help. We're trying to do the right thing and help the team out and either get the footy or make a stop. But as you said, if 2 or 3 guys go over and you flick a handball out and then the next guy's got to come, he flicks a handball, all of a sudden they're running through the corridor. Yep. So we've got to get that right.
Is it an easy fix? You're confident you can work on it from the vision, instructional voice, players in the right spot, and then execute it?
Yeah, absolutely. And thankfully it's a fix where we don't have to work harder. It's about not working as hard. So we've got guys that just really want to help and, as I said, get in and crack in and work really hard. But at times you just got to take a step back and let someone do their job, and then you do yours.
Showdown 51's come at a good time, certainly for you and Port. Crikey, 17th v 18th.
Yeah, it's a big
Friday
weekend.
night, isn't it?
Big weekend for both clubs. Obviously, both very keen to get a win, coming off poor performances, and massive weekend for our club too, with the women in the prelim on Saturday. So hopefully we can go get a big win Friday night. The girls get a win, and they're in a granny.
Yeah. We had Ollie Wines on. I had Monty yesterday. Everything you're hearing out of Port Adelaide, that was Port Adelaide. We're filthy. We're going to fight. Tom Jonas said we're embarrassed. They don't have a mortgage on being angrier or filthier than you guys. I mean, you guys are Norton too as well.
Yeah, I'd say.
Is it brought up?
We're just as upset, I'd say, as they are, but it's not brought up at the club. But I can tell you that I've got some Portmate supporters that were texting me on Saturday night that were pretty angry at the game. So I bet they're just as wound up as we are. Yeah,
okay. Club great board member and footy director Mark Rasciuto, only come across this today, had a comment to make on his radio show about the team. Have a listen.
A lot of talk about Port Adelaide at the moment, but I tell you what, the Crows have been just as bad. They've been underachieving. They can't kick, they can't handball, they can't kick a goal, they're giving away free kicks. They really can't do anything worse.
Genius. He's firing you all up.
He's getting us going, yeah. he loves, if anyone loves a showdown, it's Roo. So
that's just brutal.
Yeah, and well, we had a really poor performance, and obviously we're aware of internal and external feedback that we're getting, and we're really keen to turn it around on Friday night, so no better time to do it than showdown.
Fantastic. Well done, Roo. Are you playing a style of game that you're confident you've got the players that can execute? Now, the reason I say that, up to half-time, you had 30 more uncontested marks. I don't think you're a small kicking team. I don't think you're a team that can chip it around. And I say that because there's you, there's Dawson, there's blokes that can kick the bloody thing long, run and carry. You're a meter muncher. Love Seed to be there, middle of flying. They're the 4 I was hopeful to see. What are you doing chipping the ball around?
Well, it is a part of our game that we like to use it from the back half, and at times the week before we identified that we were going a bit too quick from the back half and trying to score really quick from there, and it was hurting us on the way back. So it's something we identified that we can use a few kicks to get ourselves up the ground and then try and get the run and carry going from there. But we probably went a little bit too far on the weekend, and we overcorrected, and then obviously a short turnover kick kills you when you're in your back half.
I do find that a bit with you guys, because I'll speak to a assistant coach and they say, right, this week we've got to do this, and then we reviewed it, we've got to do that. I will guarantee you the next week you do exactly that to the letter.
We have an extremely coachable group.
You have. That's the word. You are.
We are. And as
you
I
need
said,
to tell Nixie to get stuffed. Smithy, play your natural game.
Well, that's
Dawson didn't come over here to chip the bloody thing around.
He's got a very good kick, though. He's very good at it.
Oh, he's one of the best I've seen. But he's got a laser 60-meterer. That's the word I'm looking for. You are so coachable.
Yeah, we are, and we have experiences like that, and we did it last year a lot as well, where we need to fix something, and then we go way too far the other way. So that's where the experience I'm talking about comes in, where we've got a lot of guys that have played under 50 games, and once you get past the 50, you sort of identify when's the right time to use those game plan, and when's the right time to attack, defend, all those little things that you pick up with experience. So once we have more of the group in that space, we won't overcorrect. We'll get it just right, but it's still a work on for us. And we'll definitely get there.
And that's experience. Jack Carl, I only had him a couple of times in state footy, and one of his mantras to us when we all came together like that was, the two things I hate is that you as a player do nothing I tell you to do. You just do nothing I tell you to do. And then the other bloke I hate is the one that does everything I tell you to do. You got to work it out yourself. You got to make those decisions under pressure yourself. You're here because you're talented. Not bad, is it?
Yeah, it's very good. It's a nice one. I might take that in. I might take that in tomorrow.
Yeah, no, but everyone's heard it. It's an old-fashioned one. They're the two worst footballers you want in your team. They do everything you're told to do, or don't do anything you're told to do. Sometimes you guys are caught in the both.
Yeah, as I said, I keep coming back to it. When you gain experience, you learn the right times to do certain things. So we'll get there.
Okay, Rory Sloane. Any chance? What's he done? I'm speaking to him tomorrow.
He's definitely a chance. He's got a bit of a small sore groin, so
he can't run. B. Smith.
He couldn't he hurt it on the weekend, so he couldn't run on the weekend.
So is he running now?
But you know the Warrior is. He'll just keep on keeping on, and it's a showdown. And
I know.
So he'll give himself every chance. But yeah, we'll wait. That'll be a very late call, I'd say.
Yeah. Sometimes he needs to be protected from himself, Rory.
He does. Well, thankfully, this one, it's not like an eye or a broken bone or something. He gets these weird injuries. But, so, yeah, we'll see how he goes.
And Rory Laird's okay. The hand's good. He's promised us 35A.
Yep, he's ready to go. Showdown medal.
Straight in the midfield?
Yep.
He hasn't won a showdown medal yet. Yeah. Have you won one?
No, I haven't.
I think the only two in your team are Matty Crouch and Rory Sloane.
That sounds right to me, yeah.
Robbie Gray's coming back. He's got 5.
We're well aware, don't worry.
And Bokey's got about 4. Okay, so it is a big game. What do you think the coach's key messaging is going to be to you guys this week? If there's a couple of things that he'll want to see you guys do in this showdown, what are they?
Well, it's always contest. It always comes back to contest, and obviously a showdown, big game, Friday night. The contest is going to be on very early, and so it's about winning that, getting the ball forward, and then we get our structure from there to lock the ball forward. So we can't let Port come through the corridor. They've got some really good kicks off half-back and on the wing, so we need to shut those guys down.
All you need to do is watch their first quarter and their last quarter, and you think you'll beat them all day, every day. They were terrible.
Oh, I'm not going to fall into that trap.
No, I know. You trained last night on Adelaide Oval. She's too good for me.
He's very good.
That's experience. I say that to you. Adelaide Oval under lights, what was that like?
Really good, yeah. We don't get the opportunity to do that very often, so it's great for the guys to get out there and train under lights, and the church bells rang for the entire session, which was very annoying. But
Some must have got married, did they?
I don't know what was going on, but they did not stop. But no, it was good. The young guys, obviously, some guys haven't experienced Adelaide Oval under lights, so good to get that out the way before Friday night and get used to the conditions.
I've got a sip and save text from Joy. Going to play Rochelle through the midfield.
I did see him in a centre bounce in the last quarter, yeah. When I was running off, it surprised me a bit.
Mate, I'm leaving him forward.
Yeah, he's so dangerous up there, so leave him up forward for now, but he's definitely going to be a midfielder forward in the future, that's for sure.
So he'll develop that part of his game?
Yeah, he's too good not to.
Oh, unreal. Hey, what did you get up to today?
I've been flat out on the computer. I've got a course that I need to finish tomorrow. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
An assignment?
Yeah, the last assignment. So
what's the course?
Leadership management course that I'm doing.
Okay. Well done.
Under pressure, big time.
We're an inconvenience, are we, Brody?
A little bit, yeah. No, you got me away from the computer.
Sammy, good pickup.
Yeah, I think we are.
I can see that. Hurry up. But he looked at your watch 2 or 3 times. So who put you onto that? What's the main goal?
Just through the club, just to get something
okay.
behind me. And I've been pretty slack in the study space, so
all right.
I'm trying to catch up now as I'm getting a bit older.
That's all right. What do you got your eye on?
I don't know. Just
How old are you?
30.
You're not married and you don't know what you're going to do when footy finishes. I've got news for you, buddy. 2 of those things will happen.
Well,
and one's going to come around quicker than the other.
Crook mid-session, I might just take your gig.
Tom Duday took David Penberthy this
Especially
morning.
if I've got psoriasis of the liver.
Yeah,
Tom Duday thinks he's going to be a midfielder, so...
Oh, well, he does too.
I did hear that. If that happens, I will retire. I'm done. I'm out.
So you've tried it, so he's no chance.
I've tried it, and if you ask me and Gordo, I thought I went all right, but got kicked straight back out. So if Tom Duday gets the chance and gets to stay in there, I'm done. I'm done.
So seriously, would you like to have another crack at it? And who kicked you out? Nixie? That wasn't under Nixie,
I think
was it?
Lairdy sort of came in and won a BMF and almost won a Brownlow. And
he wrecked it for you. Hey, B. Smith, have a ripper. Before you go, get your studies done. Will you be watching the Warney tribute tonight? And what's he mean to you?
Yeah, I will. It's I'm a big cricket fan, so I obviously love Warney as everyone else did growing up, and obviously very sad that's what's happened, but it'll be great to watch. And I watched I think they had his top 50 wickets on at some stage. Just unbelievable to sit back and watch that. So yeah, it'll be pretty emotional watching that tonight. Yeah,
we had Bill Laurie on. He said he's a movie star. He's the closest thing that we have to a rock star, a movie star.
Absolutely.
And he was a cricketer who spun the ball. So sad at 52. Smithy, all the best, mate. It's showdown. It's Friday. It's massive. It's your home showdown. Port Adelaide don't have a mortgage on being angrier, nastier, and want a bit of, pride. You guys are the same, so all the best.
Thank you very much.
And get your head back into those books. B. Smith, Race at Careers at SA Family Business, doing great things for your business. No matter what it is, Ace It can deliver it safely and on time. So don't risk it. Ace it with Ace It Careers.
All right, it's time now. 822 300 55. Give us a ring. After the break, we're going to give away those showdown tickets. We've got a double to give away. You want to go to this game?
Don't play the grab. We'll do it when they're on air.
That's right. You have to play after the break, but call now. We want you on the line. We'll line you up ready to go. All right, let's check your traffic. Get amazing deals on Mitsubishi and used cars at Wayville Mitsubishi and Southern Mitsubishi, driven by Australian Motors.
At Albert Park, look out for a smash. Port Road near Cheltenham Parade. Crayfers, there's a burn-off happening which is causing smoke over the freeway in the Crayfers area. Take care if you're heading that way. Bedford Park, water connection works continue. Main South Road near Flinders Drive. 1 lane out of action outbound and speeds at 40. Busy tonight. Marion Road near Richmond Road with cameras Park Terrace Bowden. Saints Road, Salisbury Park and Waterloo Corner Road at Salisbury North. Don't miss the federal budget special in today's Advertiser. A must-read for every South Australian. Their experts break down what the budget really means for you and your family. Only in today's Advertiser. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Each Tuesday afternoon on Rowey's Sports Show, AFL icon and Hall of Fame legend Kevin Sheedy joins Rowey to discuss all the key AFL issues. Thanks to BL Shipway, a South Australian institution looking after SA's hydraulic and pneumatic needs for over 70 years.
This is the sound of Julian's bargain price vacuum with deep express suction. This is the sound of Julian trying to fix his bargain price vacuum, which infuriates him deeply. Yes, this is the sound of bargain regret. When it comes to the important stuff, like insurance, don't risk it. Go to Amy instead, who offers great value cover you won't regret. Amy does. Before buying insurance issued by AAI Limited trading as Amy, read the PDS at amy.com.au. TMD also available.
The roar of the crowd. The excitement in the stands before the teams run out. That first bounce. There's nothing like round 1 of the Host Plus Sandful League. It's catching up and standing together with mates. It's tradition. It's quality footy. It's a day of entertainment and free entry for the kids. And it's those classic game day vibes. Round 1 of the Host Plus Sandful League this weekend. Nothing beats it. Visit sandful.com.au for match info.
Ear health on healthy living thanks to Specsavers. There are links between hearing loss and many other medical conditions like dementia. Can you tell us about those links?
A study in Sydney looking at memory and ageing, and it has shown an association between hearing loss and cognitive abilities and an increased risk of dementia. If you have some hearing loss, you may be twice as likely to develop dementia, and if you have severe hearing loss, you may be 5 times more likely to develop dementia. Hearing loss is associated with social isolation and depression, and these are risk factors with dementia as well. One study suggested that looking at treating hearing loss by wearing hearing aids, it actually prevented up to 9% of new cases of dementia. So that's quite a number of people that may be delaying that onset of dementia.
Book your initial 15-minute hearing check for free with a Specsavers audiology professional at specsavers.com.au/hearing.
Unstoppable, our Fran. 89 and still knocking down those pins week after week. How do you do it, Fran?
By knocking back enough milk, cheese and yogurt day after day.
Makes sense. Dairy matters for strong bones. After all, it can decrease your risk of fractures in old age by 33%. Find out more at dairy.com.au/unstoppable.
Yes!
Oh, stop it, Fran. Now you're just showing off.
If you're due for a service, here's a little reminder of what you get at Mawson Lakes Mazda. Sure, your car gets state-of-the-art servicing by top-trained mechanics. But what do you get? Try next day servicing, complimentary loan car, vacuum and wash. Oh, and your breakfast or lunch is on us. At Mawson Lakes Mazda, we know that to be the best, we've got to look after your car and look after you. Mawson Lakes Mazda, just a short drive from the city.
Scraped your caravan? Walker Crash Repairs, an RAA-approved caravan crash repairer.
This is Rowey's Sports Show.
10 minutes to 6. Yes, B. Smith is just wandering out. Geez, I hope he passes that assignment now. He's put pressure on himself. All right, it's now time to give away your chance to win the tickets to the showdown. Gee whiz, we've been waiting all night for this. A double to this week's showdown. Leon from Highbury, how are you?
Leon?
Yeah, pretty good, mate.
Okay, we're going to play it. If you guess it, you're off to the showdown 51 Friday. Here we go.
What is this sporting moment from a showdown?
Ball up towards half forward. Bodies down everywhere. Oh, gee. Would not have a clue.
Oh, damn it.
Would not have a clue.
Sorry, Leon, we can't give you any clues. Let's go to Dino at Prospect. Dino.
Yes, is the when Mollop kicked their winning goal in the showdown a year and a half ago.
Let's have a listen.
Ball up towards half forward. Bodies down everywhere. Here's a jump for Port Adelaide. Motlop around 1. Motlop around 2. Motlop kicked the goal. He's kicked it. I can't believe it. Golly, gosh.
There it is. Congratulations.
Dino, you're going.
Thank you very much. Great.
Gifted. That's what happens when you switch your ears on and you listen, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good on you. You'll enjoy it. You're a Crow Report man.
I won't say. Power.
Well, that doesn't matter. Why would you not say? You'd be wanting to go to see them have a win.
Exactly, yeah.
Good on you, Dino. You stay on the line. We'll get your details. Well done. Brecky doing it tomorrow morning?
They certainly are. Another chance for you to head along, and we will have some tickets tomorrow night too. Can I just revisit that? How's Bix? No!
Nearly cried.
He was absolutely in
Did
tears
you
that night.
I thought he swore that night. I
No.
called that with Wilds and Bix.
No, have another listen. He was in hysterics.
That is magnificent.
All right, let's head to the MCG.
Shane Warne's memorial at the MCG will be live on Channel 7. Joining us from Gate 2 outside of the G is Seven's reporter Blake Johnson. Blake, thank you for your time.
Absolute pleasure. It's a massive crowd heading into the G at the moment.
Okay, it's going to be, what, a night of celebration, a night of emotion, a night of, well, saluting one of the greats?
Yeah, all of the above. Someone described it as Glastonbury meets cricket. There's going to be a whole bunch of performances from some big names, including Robbie Williams, Chris Martin, Anthony Clear, both a combination of live and pre-recorded tributes as well. From the sporting world, you've got Greg Norman, Brian Lara has flown in, so there are some serious names coming to Melbourne for Warnie's tribute tonight.
He was a rock star, Blake. This bloke was a rock star, wasn't he?
Which is why it's kind of fitting that we have the rock star lineup across sport, across music. It's going to be a great show, I think.
Yeah. The family's going to unveil the Shane Warne stand. Can you describe where that is?
So for footy fans, or even cricket fans, would know the Great Southern Stand.
Yes.
That's what's going to be renamed the Shane Warne stand. That'll be the final part of tonight's ceremony. It starts at 6:59 with a minute's silence. All the tributes, the performances, and then the final act tonight will be the Warne family, I guess, unveiling that renaming of that famous stand. So that'll be a very long-lasting legacy from tonight's show.
Blake, we had Bill Laurie on earlier, and he reckons it'll be 60,000 plus. So again, just before we let you go, paint us a picture.
So 54,000 tickets were claimed before today. Fewer than 10,000 remain. There's no walk-up, so you had to do it online. The concern was the weather, but it looks like the rain's going to hold off. So I'm guessing about 55,000, but it looks like, just walking out the front here, there are people in Cricket Australia outfit, Melbourne Stars, the Victorian Bushrangers, St Kilda colours. So it is basically the entire range of Shane Warne's sporting endeavours on display here tonight.
Blake, thanks for your time.
Thanks, guys.
Blake Johnson there for Channel 7. And as we said, it's going to be on 7 tonight, ABC, 10, 9, Fox. It's unprecedented. Shane, Keith Warne, what a star.
Yeah, so as he said, lots of great former players will be speaking in like a panel on stage. There'll be those superstar performers, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Here's a quick grab from Keith, his old man.
It's just going to be a massive night. I think a lot of people are going to get a lot of joy in being able to say goodbye in the way they wanted to. That's what he would have wanted, to make sure everybody who can be involved is involved.
So make sure you're in front of a telly tonight. 7 o'clock Melbourne, 6:30 Adelaide time. Time for this.
The Last Shout.
Yeah, this was a round one game of the River Murray Football League. We got this video sent to us and it was quite sickening. It's between Jervois and Meningi. Now, a Meningi player threw a haymaker punch in a scuffle.
Yep.
You know, it wasn't behind the player. It was a scuffle, which can happen. He clean motherless knocked out the Jervois player. Knocked him out before his head hit the ground. It wasn't brave. It was a coward punch. The player wasn't expecting it, and he had no defence, because there's a certain level of you'd expect on a footy field that you can and can't do. Throwing a coward punch is certainly not one of those. The Meningi player copped a 3-week suspension. So 3 weeks for a king hit, it was a coward punch on a footy field. What an absolute joke. You do that on Highley Street or a local pub, that's assault. Now, society's trying to stamp that out. So to the coward who threw the punch, I hope you're hanging your head in shame, you lowlife. And to your coach, and should I name the coach? No. Well, to the coach of Meningi and to the president of Meningi and to the chairman and the board and the committee members of Meningi, if you had any fabric about yourselves, you wouldn't let this bloke come back into your club. You would not let this bloke play again. I've seen the video, as I've said. If that was my son, I'd disown him. You coward. I'd go bunter. Community footy doesn't need that. And here's the last thing I'll say. Jervois had 2 17-year-olds on debut. They were scared motherless. Now, you know what I mean?
It's no good.
So, Mr. Meningi head, would you have punched a 17-year-old like that, you coward?
Yeah, that's rubbish.
The game doesn't need that. That is absolutely rubbish. And to think he only got 3 weeks for that because he pleaded guilty is an absolute joke. You need to look at it.
Yeah.
We don't need that in our game. Full stop.
That is a fantastic finish to the show. Great strong message to put out there. Time for us to disappear. It's Sports Day SA next, and then after that, John Blake, who's going to give you a little bit of the latest, as well as Richard Pascoe tonight with the Shane Warne Memorial live from Melbourne.
5AA Breakfast.
A massive event in this country as Shane Warne is remembered at the MCG, and what they're expecting will be a crowd numbering somewhere around